I love it too. Mm, that was a little close. It's a cute one. Etsy's. Yeah, got it from Etsy. Um, Ideally, this is what I actually want my room to look like one day. Oh, something similar to this. The plants, yes. Flower decor, yes. Ladybugs, yes. Headset, I think I might already have that. I want a window that looks out into a field of flowers. Yes, I want that. This, this is the dream, you know? It's so pretty. Mm-hmm. The string lights are so pretty. That's what I'm gonna say. Like the flower decor is so cute. And the little ladybug decors, everything. Just really, really adorable. I like it a lot. You see her little mic stand with the little covering? Oh my goodness. So cute. The little cozy for her cup, like her coaster. Is a little flower coaster. Absolutely adorable. And her pillow for her chair is a ladybug. Look at that. It's so freaking cute. I love the monsteras. Like they're so cute. I probably want a variegated one, you know? Just because. And maybe a pink princess somewhere in there. That would be really cute. Mm, that would be really nice. Some string of pearls, some string of pearls, and string of turtles, like a little mix of them. And then what are the other ones called? The string of dolphins are cute, but like I don't know if I want those. They're these cute little ones. Do you know what they're called? The little flowers? They're like little pink flowers, right? And they grow really big and bushy and they can actually grow and trail down. Like that with some of the string of pearls and maybe like some string of bananas, like some of all the like string plants coming down. I think that would look really cute. Like a little like pot of all of them just hanging right by the window. Oh my God, yes. So cute. Some variegated string of hearts. Yes. Some variegated string of hearts would be fire. Hey, Hannah Banana. Hi. Hi, Dave. Hi, Queen. Hi, everybody that's here. Good evening. I know it's super freaking late. As you all know, like I'm doing no camera today, by the way. Just letting you all know. I'm exhausted. I'm not up for the camera. But we can just like sit here in the chatting screen with nothing here. Look, my camera's gone. Yeah, look, I throw a little a picture of me today. Give me a second. Image. I jump my yum yum. Let me find me. There. There. You get me right there. Okay. This is what we're gonna have for today because I really don't feel like um the camera and everything else today. So as we know, I went for some scans yesterday. And, I got to see my results already. And, you know, I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And you ever get like information and you're processing that information and then you go through like when you're processing, do you ever like just run around just doing things around the house, like things you like normally don't do or you put off for forever and you finally just um start to clean and do things that you haven't done in a while. So I went on a cleaning binge and just kind of just locked in because processing information and also trying not to think about the information, but at the same time still processing because the back of your head you're like still thinking about it. So, well, my results came in and of course I already posted it on my charts and stuff like that. So I can see my results before my doctor sits down and talks to me about it, which she wouldn't be able to do for another like what is it? 3 more weeks before I can see her again? Yeah, something like 3 more weeks before I can see her again. Um, but me being me with my background, you know, I was like, "I ain't gonna be nothing new, right?" And of course, me knowing what everything says, I'm just like, "Mm, oh, okay." So it's like that now. Um, but yeah, like I said, that's the end of this conversation. I don't want to talk about it no more. We'll talk about it again in 3 more weeks. Yeah, after I've sat down with the doctor. Yeah, 3 weeks from now. I'm fidgeting, so I'm literally just popping rubber bands at this point. Yeah, so we're just gonna have a day today. What do you guys want to do? I need you guys to do a check-in. You need to let me know how you're doing. Let's talk about the room again. That room is cute. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Hannah. Sending you hugs back. Whew. So this picture here was taken in my sister's room. She has like this big old room. She has 2 bedrooms in the place she's at. And one of them is like just for her to do her makeup and get dressed in. And I thought, oh my goodness. And what you see is like the neat part of the room. Why why is it that, some some of some of you ladies out there, you know, y'all make such a mess with your makeup. Like your makeup is everywhere. Like the sheer amount of sponges and brushes and makeup. Holy heck. The sheer amount of them is ridiculous. I mean, and the space that it takes up on the tape up. on the table. It's wild. It's like a whole bunch of space on the table, and it's everything everywhere. And when y'all try to knead it up, it just it's like, why do you have all of this? Why do you need all of this? I just need to know. For those of you who do makeup out there, explain to me, how does it get to this point? I just need to know. My sister is hardcore makeup girl. So whenever I'm with her, she's always like, "Let me do your makeup." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm always so scared. I'm like, "What is she gonna do to me?" Yeah. This is her makeup slash clothing room. Slash, it's also the puppy's playroom, I think. But then she has a whole downstairs, right? That like she's never in. But the dogs, they take over that entire area. And she has like so many toys for them. They're cute though. I have no idea what we're doing today, guys. Besides, I think we're gonna read. We're definitely gonna read, of course. Um, and then either we're gonna start with the tavern or we're gonna do some paleo. I've been trying to step away from paleo for a little bit, just because I just need a little break from it. But at the same time, I want to go back to decorating. I don't know. I'm a little everywhere. Hey, Planzetti. Hope you've been well. I need to know, Planzetti, do you actually have plants at home that you take care of? You bought Cozy Caravan? Isn't it the cutest? I think we have Cozy Caravan. I haven't played Cozy Caravan in a hot minute, like a hot, hot minute. I know that when I first got Cozy Caravan, I did do a giveaway for Cozy Caravan. I don't even remember where we left off on that one. Shut up. Plant Zaddy, are you going to send me some clippings so I can start a beautiful collection? Yeah. Mm. Over there with over 50 indoor plants. Look at you. Not for nothing. I used to have tons and tons of succulents. I love them to bits. And then I went through a massive bout of depression and I stopped caring for all of them. I won't tell you how many died in the process. I mourn them. And so now I get plushies to replace them. Yes. We won't talk about how many succulents I had and how depression sucks and you stop caring for even the things you love. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. Can I pop you in the head, babies? I'm sorry. Sorry, Mama, love you. Come here. You took Mama's heating pad? Is it good? Okay. My tallest plant is almost 6 feet. Oh my God. That is amazing. I know. Isn't that the worst though? When that happens, when like I've struggled with depression for so many years of my life. Um, yeah, I was really young. um, and so like now, you know, I had originally gotten the plants when I first started getting over one of my like depressive episodes, and I collected them and I tended to them, and they're flourishing, they were beautiful, and I was so happy. And I think like a year or two later, got hit with like one of the worst bouts of my freaking depression ever. Lasted months. It was so bad. I I lost like almost my entire collection during that time. I probably have 6 plants left from that, and clippings from like cuttings from some of the other ones. So technically, I still have like the baby versions of them, of some of them. But yeah, for the most part, I lost my almost my entire collection. I might start it up one day again. Right now, I'm still mourning their loss. They just become, your plant babies. And then, I lost all my plant babies. I think I have I think it's called a Brazil. You had an okay day? I'm trying to keep up with all these plants. They be stressing me out all the time because they all need different care. Especially like it's different for succulents. The houseplants, they need they do need different care. Some of them need to be, a little bit drier area. Some need more light, some need less light. Some need a moist environment. So you have to have like a little like what is like the mister thing? What is it? Yeah, it leaves like the humidifier thing. So that this way it stays in a humid area. It's so crazy. So for those for you, Plant Daddy, mm, one of my rubber plants didn't grow for 2 years. I was like, okay, no, you effing, okay, no, you effing with me, haha. I knew it wasn't fake because I repotted it and it finally grew 2 leaves and now it stopped again. Oh, that rubber plant is after it's after your sense of peace. That rubber plant is coming for you. It wants you to feel like you're going crazy. But don't worry, you're not. That rubber plant is effing with you. Like, listen here, little rubber plant. You need to stop that nonsense. Mm-mm. We ain't out here talking about this nonsense. Like, you can't be, you need to grow. That monstera over there is almost 6 foot tall, and you can't even sprout me a new leaf. Listen here, little rubber plant. You sprout that leaf, or I'm gonna replace you. Oh my goodness. I needed the laugh. Thank you, love. Thank you so much for that. Maybe we start off with some Cozy Caravan. We haven't played Cozy Caravan in forever. And Plan Zaddy's got me like wanting to pull up the Cozy Caravan. Like the what? You know what I want to get though? What was the one that came out? I think it's called Garden Life. I think Garden Life. I think that's the one that I wanted to get into. I've seen some people playing it, and I know I've seen it before, and I really wanted to get it. Have you seen it? Have you heard of it? It's like 25 bucks. I used to think you plant all the flowers and you make the garden the way you want it to. It looks so freaking good. I know I haven't played it yet either. I haven't even gotten it yet. I think at some point I will. So we have so many games that we're playing, but somebody did claim daily inspiration, and so we're gonna go ahead and get Queen for daily inspiration. Queen, where would you like your card pulled from? Hey, Llama Mama. Top 13 from the bottom. Wait, girl, you got me all sort of confused. You want the top card, but you want the 13th one from the bottom. You already done lost me. Hi, Uni. You ready for some more chaos? Because I need laughs today. I need a lot of laughs today. And maybe, some one-on-one conversation later. I need some girl time. Yeah, we're gonna tavern up. And then we're gonna go some cozy time. Maybe some cozy caravan. Maybe, ooh, maybe some Fields of Mystria. We haven't done that either in a while, so that wouldn't be bad. Here's Mishia or Cozy Caravan. No, I'm thinking about Cozy Caravan. That'd be nice. Was it like an hour or something like that of it? Queen, you need to clarify. I am so confused as to what you want me to do. Now you confusing me even more. Okay? You want me to pull? Okay, I get it. I get it now. You want me to pull your card from the middle and you want the top card. That's what you're telling me. All right. So I don't know if you have faced some kind of loss, whether it's financial, um, whether it's familial, whether it's a job, an opportunity, or whatever. But the cards are telling you that the best is yet to come. So whatever it is that you have to let go of right now, don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad about letting go because there's good things that are coming in your future. There's things that are coming your way that you need to make space for. And many times we hold on to things of the past or things that we should have let go of, and we don't do it because we are so scared of letting go. But if you don't make room in your life for new opportunities, for new things to come into your life, for good things to come into your life, then there's no way for them to fit because your hands are so full of holding on to the things of the old, of the past. So your card says the best is yet to come. So don't be afraid of letting go. So this way you make room for the best things that are coming into your life. And as always, I always give you the second card either way. Your second card is choose to believe in yourself. I think those might go hand in hand because you have to believe in yourself sometimes. You have to remember that you are your best friend, that what you believe in, what you tell yourself, you manifest. So start believing in yourself more. Start talking positively to yourself and don't be afraid of letting go and making room for the best things that are yet to come. Choose yourself. I think these were good cards. Really good cards. You're welcome, love. bucka, 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 bucka. I don't know. I cluck all the way. I mean, you can't see me, but I'm dancing my chicken dance. You good? Oh, you do? I forget that on this one, you actually can't hear it, but I can hear it clear as day. Sorry. I totally forgot that you can't hear it. I'm like, "Buck, buck, 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 buck." No, because we are in the just chatting section. It's a section where I usually don't want a lot of chaos to happen. Um, Usually it's because we're just talking back and forth here. I sounded like a peacock. Paka, pa, 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 pa. I'm a peacock. Instead of a chicken, I'll be a peacock. Let's see if they have a peacock onesie somewhere. Who did this? Just let it be known that Dave did this. Oh, congratulations. Oh, you can bug plushies without me? Oh, they do have a peacock onesie. I mean, I don't know how much I like it though. It's not the cutest. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I don't like these peacock onesies. They're not cute. Maybe we like a costume instead. Oh, that shirt is hot. Oh, okay, they have some really cute peacock stuff. I'm gonna have to look at it later. That's actually cute. Really cute. I like it. All right, we're gonna start reading, guys. That's because you don't have me with me. I mean, you don't have me with you. If I was with you, Llama Mama, you get more. You know, maybe I hop onto Palia just to go and catch some bugs with Llama Mama. You know, for some cozy time. So remember when you went to my pot before the reset? The reason why I had a plot that don't didn't have much really is because I heard most people want a plot that's quick so they can move on. But I got 20 votes. I put my main plot and I'm just rearranging stuff because I got bored of how the building was. So hopefully this way is better this time. Nice. Well, I hope that you're having a good time decorating. We're going to start reading chapter 23 of The Last Magician. I'm going to lower the music. Listen here, Llama Mama. All you had to say was bug catching. And I was like, I'm there. That's all that matters. I'm there. The currency of secrets. Chapter 23 of The Last Magician. Dolph had been right to be suspicious of the new girl. What business could she possibly have here at Coffrey Hall? With her arms wrapped around her, pinning her in place, John Yu could practically hear her thinking. Her whole body had gone tense and ready to fight, and he was not so stupid to underestimate her. He'd seen the way she dispensed of Murphy, and he didn't doubt she had something equally unpleasant in mind for him. She was no innocent, fresh off the boat and adrift in a dangerous city. She was too well trained. Unless you want Dolph to know of this, be still, he whispered. The girl hesitated, but a moment later the fight went out of her, enough that he could guide her down the street away from the watching eyes of Coffrey Hall. The moment they were around the corner, he let her go. He let go of the light and revealed himself. He didn't release her arm, though. You followed me, she asked, eyeing him. Did you expect you wouldn't be watched? Dolph Saunders doesn't trust easily, and for good reason, it appears. Why did you come here? I was going for a walk, she said flatly. It's a beautiful day. So you took a stroll in front of Coffrey Hall? He asked, amused. Her mouth went tight, but she didn't answer. Yes, she was well trained, indeed, to keep so composed when she'd clearly been caught red-handed. She had to know the lies would be pointless now. Why aren't you still working? The sun is barely at midday. I'm done, she said. It didn't seem to be a lie, but she hadn't been downtown long enough to be finished, especially without magic. He'd followed her, concealing himself carefully, and he hadn't so much as sensed a whisper of her affinity. Your quota was $35. That's more than most men make in a month, he said. I can show you my purse if you don't believe me. But you'll have to let me go so I can get it. She glanced up at him, a sly look in her eyes. It's under my skirts. It doesn't explain why you're here. At the orders hall, he said, not taking the bait. Her expression was steady. I wanted to see it for myself. Why? He pressed, not yet, sensing a lie. Do you want to know your don't you want to know your enemy? She asked. The order. You see them as your enemy? You don't? She threw the question back at him, but Janyu didn't answer. He didn't owe her his story. I'm going to release you, and then we're going to return to Belistrega. You'll tell Delph about what happened, won't you? She asked, frowning. Not if you come quietly. When surprise bunched her expression, he explained, I find it to be more beneficial at this moment to have you in my debt. I'm not sure I want to be in your debt. He inclined his head. An astute observation. Feel free to tell Dolph yourself about how you wandered off from your assigned post and were almost caught by a member of the order outside a coffee hall. From the look on her face, he knew it would never happen. Of course, you could try to fight me, or you could attempt to run off. In that case, I will tell Dolph everything. You will not be in my debt, but you will also never be safe in the city again, not without Saunders and his people looking for you. She frowned. I don't like being threatened. No one does, he told her. Though, if you truly mean us no harm, my words pose no threat. Her expression was still shuttered and angry, but also intelligent. He could tell. The moment she understood, she had very little choice. Fine, she said sourly. I messed up, by the way. You should probably know my name if you plan on blackmailing me. He let go of her arm. I am Janyu Lee, and I already knew your name. Esther frowned, looking down at her wrist as though she expected to find some kind of mark. Great. Glad we cleared that up, she muttered, glancing up at him. She made a small flourish with her hand. Well, what are you waiting for? Lead the way. When they arrived back at the Strega, Dolph Saunders was sitting in his usual place in the back of the full barroom. Janya knew the crowd wasn't there to drink, though. He sensed the girl's curiosity as she watched the men and women approach Dolph's table one by one. It was an unfamiliar scene in the poorest neighborhood. All of the gang bosses traded in favors and kept their people in line through their debts. Janyu's uncle, at least in name, often held court in a similar way. On Mott Street, Tom Lee collected bribe money to keep the police away from Fantan dealers and to provide protection from the hip sing highbinders. It was only a small part of the life of Chinatown, but it was one Janya knew too well and one he hated. He'd come to the country, to the city, because Lee promised him a better future than he had in his own country. But he arrived to find that Lee had smuggled him into the country, not to help him, but to use him. With his affinity of light, he could make himself impossible to see, which meant he could strike without warning. But he hadn't left his home, his mother, and everything else behind to be a mercenary for a common criminal like Tom Lee. Janyo still didn't know how much he approved of Dolph Saunders' methods, but it was clear that he was a different Tom Lee. The people filling the strega weren't like those his uncle exploited. They came hat in hand, each with the same stoop to their shoulders that made them look as though they were perpetually carrying some invisible burden. Each would speak with Dolph for a few moments, usually some plea to find a son for help with the rent, or for relief from some other burden. Debts came due, certainly, but at least Johnny was never asked to collect on them. After a minute, Dolph looked up and saw them standing at the back of the room. He said something to Nibs, who got up and started making his way through the crowded barroom. Nibs nodded a silent greeting to Johnny before turning his attention to the girl. You're done already? He asked doubtful. The girl maneuvered her hand through a concealed slit in her skirts and pulled out a small purse. Nibs opened the parcel and thumbed through the contents before lifting his gaze to Dolph and giving him a slight nod. I'll take her from here, Nibs told Janyu. He bristled at the dis- at the dismal dis- oh, I'm sorry. He bristled at the dismissal, but didn't argue. Let them believe him to be obedient. It made it that much easier to know where each of Dolph's crew stood, to know whom to trust, and to file away their secrets for when he might need them. End of chapter 23. Chapter 23 was very short. It was a nice short chapter. 24 is also quite short. So you want to read one more chapter before we start playing? I think we should read another chapter. That chapter was super short. So we'll do 23 and 24 today. Let me update this to say 24. Hi, Dave. Chapter 24. Foundation Work. The boy who had dismissed Janya was young. The light hair and thick round spectacles perched on the tip of his nose. They call me Nibs, he said, extending his hand. Nibsy Lorcan. Esther eyed him before finally taking it. His ink-stained fingers were firm, but his ink-stained fingers were firm, but his weren't the rough hands of a fighter. The, f- and that fact put her somewhat at ease. He smiled then, a boyish grin that seemed out of place in the barroom. They're all still talking about you, the way you stole the top from Dolph's cane. Everyone's surprised Viola didn't try to skewer you after the stunt you pulled with her knife. No one is allowed to touch her knives, not unless it's the sharp end first, if you know what I mean. Delightful, Esta said, feeling suddenly uneasy with so much attention. Sorry. The boy peered at her. I'm not going to ask you how you managed it. That's your business. For now, at least. But I'll warn you, if Dolph decides you aren't worth the trouble, there won't be anything that anybody can do for you. Understood, she said, wondering where Janyu had gone. She was still on edge after confronting Murphy and then being bested by Janyu, and she didn't like the idea that he could use her little visit to Coffee Hall against her at any time. I only want to earn my place here. If there's anything else I can do, any way to be helpful to Dolph, I'll let you know, Nib said, cutting off the conversation with a gentle smile. Taking his cue, she changed the subject. What happened here? She said, with a jerk of her head. It's the weekly gathering, Nibs told her. People with debt do come to pay them, or to ask for more time. Others come requesting favors. Looks lucrative, she mused. Oh, Dolph doesn't charge, Nib said. When she looked at him, surprised, he clarified. He trades in secrets, the boy shrugged, which I guess is lucrative in its own right. I bet. She glanced at him. What secrets does he know about you? Nibs didn't even blink. Who says it isn't the other way around? She laughed, amused by his unsuspected bravado. The door to the bar banged open, a loud clattering burst that had everyone inside looking towards the three figures silhouetted by the light of the room. The boy let out a soft whistle. Dolph Saunders, the middle figure bellowed. I want the girl. The bar room went eerily silent as the three men lumbered into the bar room of the Strega. Esther recognized the one on the left of Warner, and at the sight of him she shifted uneasily, turning away from the center of the room and tipping her head down to hide her profile. Who is that? She whispered. The boy's face didn't betray any emotion. That would be Edward Corey, the owner of the Haymarket. He seems to know who you are. Esther's stomach twisted. Dal Saunders took his time looking over one last contract, signing his name and blowing on the ink to dry it. He didn't bother to look up when he finally did answer. He simply picked up the next bunch of papers. What are you doing here, Corey? He said, irritation coloring his words. This isn't your side of town. You heard me, Saunders. I'm here for the girl. I know Bridget sent her to you. The entire room seemed to hold its breath as Dolph considered Corey's statement. I'm not sure what girl you're referring to. Unlike you, I don't run that sort of business. Are you telling me the girl isn't here? Corey said, taking a few more menacing steps forward. Or are you telling me that you're protecting her? Dolph did look up then. Anyone here know the girl he's looking for? He said flatly. Esta stared. Essa started to move slowly, getting ready to pull time around her and make her escape, but Nibsy's hand snaked out and held her in place. She was stuck. She couldn't do anything without drawing attention to herself, and she couldn't slow time without giving away what she could actually do to Nibs. Give it a moment, Nibs whispered, barely moving his mouth. A loud scraping noise tore through the silence of the barroom. As Dolph Saunders stood, his chair tumbling behind him. I think you were mistaken, Corey. There's no girl here for you. Don't play coy with me, Saunders. Charlie Murphy wants the girl, and if he doesn't get her, he's going to come after me. I'm not about to let that happen. I'll send him straight to your doorstep. You know he's got friends. You can only imagine. They'd pull your license, close your shithole down, and destroy everything you've built for yourself, your entire life, at the snap of my fingers. Hmm. Now there you've made a mistake, Dolph said softly. No mistake. If they find out what you are, they'll take everything you have. That would only matter if there was anything I cared about losing, Dolph told him. But you, you have quite a lot to lose, don't you, Corey? You like to play the big man with the boys over at Tammany, don't you? Dolph shook his head. I know you're also trying to get yourself in with the order. You're playing too many sides at once. And if any of them find out what you are, Corey sputtered for a second. You don't know? I know everything about you, Corey, Dolph said, his voice like sandpaper. I know about the little rendezvous you had with the woman on Broom Street, though I'm guessing her husband doesn't. I know what you had for lunch and what you're thinking about having for dinner. I know who your family is, what your family is. So I know you might be weak enough to pass, but I wonder what your friends in the order would think if they knew the truth. Dolph paused for a moment, letting the words hang in the air. Are you threatening me? Of course not. We're all friends here. We're all in this together. Unless you turn on us first. But if you don't want anyone or everyone else in this city to know as well, you'll get the hell out of my saloon. Take yourself back uptown where you belong. You'll deal with Murphy and get him to forget there was ever any girl to find. Essa began to relax a little as she saw Corey hesitating. His narrow face was becoming an alarming shade of red. You, y- you, but his words found floundered. Yes, that's right. Now you're understanding. He glanced at Warner. I think it's best if you don't show your face here again, don't you? Warner nodded weakly, his expression grim as Dolph picked up his chair and sat at the table again, dismissing them all without another word. Dolph didn't look up again, but four of his larger boys stepped forward, with thick arms crossed over broad chests, and a gleam in their eyes that anyone could see was them itching for a good brawl. Corey seemed to get the message, and with a jerk of his head, he left, followed by Werner and the other man. Essa let out a relieved breath, and the room started cautiously to come back to life. Let's go, Nibs whispered to Essa, never letting go of her wrists. Go where? Somewhere else, he said. He handed the purse off, tugged her along. Anywhere else, trust me, he's going to be in a rotten mood after all of that. They slipped out into the brisk afternoon air. It'd be light for a while, but already the Bowery was coming to life for the evening. Well, will Corey really keep Murphy away? Nib shrugged. He has a good enough reason to. If Murphy found out that Corey was lying to him and the rest of the order, he'd lose everything. But people don't always act in their own best interest. Nibs peered at her for a few seconds longer. Maybe there's something you could do for me and for Dolph. It would go a long way towards thanking him for protecting you. Sure, anything. I'd like you to come see a show with me. Essa studied him, confused at the odd request, then realizing what he was asking, what he intended. Her frustration grew. Look, you seem nice enough, she said, as gently as she could, but I'm not interested. The boy smiled softly as though he were amused. I didn't think you would be. Still, I'd like you to come with me. His tone was sincere enough that she almost believed him. I'm only here to work. Humor me, he said, tucking his hands into his pockets as he rocked back on his heels. Consider it part of the job. Estes narrowed her eyes at him. His position with Dolph made it nearly impossible for her to say no, and he seemed to know it. Just a show. He chuckled. Okay, fine. There's someone I'd like you to meet. An odd look crossed his face. But I'm serious about it being part of the job. Dolph's been trying to get this particular guy on the crew for months. Now, but so far he hasn't been moved by any of my appeals. Maybe you'll have more luck. I don't know why I would, she continued. She countered. I got a feeling about you, Nib said. Darrigan might also go for a pretty face. End of chapter 24. So the same guy she met at the Haymaker, remember that he was there to meet up with like the Richie Rich fellows, and then all of that whole fallout happened. Is the same person they're gonna see at the show. I wonder what's gonna happen when they come face to face once again. It'll be interesting. All right, the story is coming along nicely. I am really excited to see where it goes from here, and I can't wait to find out if she ever makes it onto the squad that's gonna like do the robbery. I don't know. There's just so much left in the air. Um, Once again, we are reading The Last Magician, and we read chapters 23 and 24 today. Come back tomorrow. Well, we will read chapters 25 and possibly 26. And I'll probably have my camera on for that one. Just today's a no camera day. But you get to see me either way. Mm. All right. I'm gonna switch over here. Um, I think we're gonna do some chaotic laughter because I need some happy chaos in my life right now. So if anybody wants to join, we definitely will be playing Bronzebeard's Tavern. So you're all welcome to join us. It is free to play on Steam. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I think I'm gonna try to like I'm gonna host. I'll still do Tyvern and remember that the password will be Huggles. So I'm just gonna put it here. I have not. I'll be doing that one probably Thursday. Thursday's when I'll do that one, okay, sweetie? Not today. There's been a lot that's happened today, and I'm not up for trying any new games right now. Um, not adding another new game right now. I'm gonna do it on Thursday for that one. I do have to cover some games that I got as keys from Keymailer. So I definitely have to cover those before my time is up for those. So there's a lot that I have to do, but I'll be rotating Coral Island in at some point. I'll try to do it for Thursday. If not, it'll probably end up being next week sometime that I'll add it in. But I need to really cover all the stuff that I have to cover content for first. D, you should get this game and come play. Be all chaotic with me. It's free. Oh no. You still sick, sweetie? I'm so sorry to hear. I'm gonna pin this to the top. I'm still sick, been coughing nonstop, no sleep. Your head must feel like it's gonna explode with all the coughing. You need to get yourself some Sudafed. Um, yeah, you need to get some Sudafed or some Robitussin or something to help with the coughing. NyQuil, whatever it is, to help like soothe that, like calm down the coughing for a bit and allow you to get some rest. But you do want, when you're coughing, are you getting stuff up? Like, is there like phlegm and stuff coming up or no? Because you do want an expectorant. You want to be able to get all that stuff up. If you're feeling chest congestion, you want to be coughing that stuff up. But if you're coughing and you're not getting anything up and you're just coughing and coughing, then you need something to calm down the cough so this way you can actually get some proper sleep because your body needs sleep to heal. My little miss thing. You and Leah switched today. Leah sleeping with daddy. And you want to hang out with mama? Yeah. Stuff. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and load up. I'm gonna host it. Tyburn. Password is Huggle. There we go. I am in the Discord if anybody wants to join me. Oh, who's this? I don't know who's this. My llama mama. Are you gonna come play with me? I love you. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Huggle. Capital H. Yeah. Capital H. Huggle, huggle, huggle. Alright. I'm gonna go with these bad boys. Gotta find out if Uni's gonna join us. Ew, that means somebody needs to be holding on to a hammer. I'm prepping here. What's my sales today? Ooh, fishy fish and raw dragon fruit. Do we have any raw dragon fruit? We do not. So we need to buy some. Let's see what's today's order gonna be. So we can do fishy fish. No, I'm not trying to do that. We have this. This is what you guys gonna eat. And this is what you're gonna eat because that's what we have, okay? We're not gonna be wasteful, okay, people? Hey, llama mama. I do. I do have my plushies with me at all times. I did. I got them last night before I logged off. I was so surprised. It might just be us. Don't worry. Me and Uni, we were doing pretty good yesterday, okay? No, because there's already 3 there. They only sack 3 at a time. Mm-hmm. Well, that's a cooked one. So we're just prepping because it's only 2 of us. So it's very important to prep. No drinks.